Hello there, fellow humans, and welcome to World of Tanks Blitz Reforged, the graphics updates everybody wanted and stuff that nobody ever asked for. Let's go. The graphics updates are amazing, the physics upgrades are amazing. However, physics and graphics are secondary characteristics of the games. They're nice to haves and not must haves. Like Team Fortress 2 isn't the worst game because it's got terrible graphics, or Half-Life isn't a bad game because the graphics are bad. Games live and die for their gameplay, for their experience. And that is going to get a little bit better with a graphics update, but the average gameplay experience in-game, let's see. The Ultra Test starts on the 24th, so if you want to try out the new game, then join the Ultra Test. If you get accepted, you can play it there. Now, big change, instead of having tech trees that were badly managed, you can now have tank sets that will probably be equally badly managed, because, for example, in World of Tanks PC, the Badger was put as a tier 10 regular vehicle to make the tech tree nice and linear progression, but in Blitz they decided to put the Badger in a crate because money. Now, here we have the sets. What is very important here, all the tanks you currently have, you keep them. You don't lose any of your tanks. However, the tank restoration goes away. So, make sure that if you have a tank that is in the restoration, restore it now. Do it now. We have the keys here to unlock the set. What is the over-under on keys being the new spare parts? I want to know that in the comment section down below. Take a bet, take a guess. What's the over-under? Are keys the new spare parts? Put it down there. If you don't know what spare parts are, lucky you. So, we got this. Basically, Wargaming tried to reinvent the wheel, but they made it square and copied from War Thunder, which makes it even more hilarious that the most recommended video here is a War Thunder video. That's, is that foreshadowing right here? That's a War Thunder videos recommended here. But, I mean, War Thunder Mobile also has these tank sets, so there's that. And we also have Valorant now, with the very viral-looking UI and Duncan Anderson. And hold on. Okay, hold on. Look at that! Did you see that? Alright, we gotta watch that again. Hold on. See? Look at that. Watch that drive.
Now watch this drive.
That golf swing. That golf swing alone is going to solve every single problem that Blitz has ever had. The graphics are great. Look at that. And you know, it's amazing that they're not desaturated like a lot of other games. Like, for example, if you compare Counter-Strike Global Offensive to CS2, CS2 is a lot more desaturated than CSGO was. And this doesn't look desaturated, which is very lovely. Obviously, the gameplay is still going to be the same. There's going to be better physics, which is... Look at that spin on the Leo. I think the physics are going to be very good for especially fun modes, for gravity, if you just tumble through the air. I think that's going to be very enjoyable there. However, I think the majority of the player base wanted a graphics update and a physics update. They don't want commanders, and this isn't the Blitz I grew up with. Wargaming is a serious warning for one of your oldest players. Do not put commanders in this game. I mean, there's a game like called War Robots, I believe, that completely died after they implemented commanders, so... Yeah, but the commanders are not pay to win, don't worry. So basically, if we go in here, you keep all your tanks, you know, you just have to go for the keys now, and your crew XP just gets converted into commander XP, and now the commander is, like, out there doing his golf swings, basically. And you have, like, every third shot increases damage by 8%, for example. You've got these bonuses that work like the old crew system, just a lot more simplified and with a golf man in the way, basically. So, again, you solve a problem that's not a problem and casualize the game, simplify the game, make it easier for casual players to play, to make the game less distinct from other games, to, again, invite more casual players, and I'll talk about that in a little bit, if that's good or bad. And also, in fact, I definitely recommend watching my last video, because I talked a bit about how Blitz is going to live and die, and what's actually important, so I definitely recommend watching that for a little bit of context here as well. Like, basically everything, every comment here is negative. This isn't Blitz anymore, it's just another game. See, it's like, Blitz is getting a lot more casual, a lot more common, uninstall buttons waiting. Also, these all have a lot of upvotes, so the reaction is very negative, and I really want to know, what do you think about the change? Put that down in the comment section, and let's talk about it. Because, honestly, and for that, I'm going to play an autoloader, because that's going to be very important for the point. I'll take the TVP as well, because why not? So, Duncan and his golf swings. aren't going to change the fundamental fact about Blitz that the more casual the game becomes, the lower the quality of matches will be. That's just simple, automatic. Because the tutorial, we have an autoloader. I'm just going to do this on purpose. I fired one shell and I can reload the clip, right? And now I'm reloading my clip. However, the tutorial doesn't teach you how to do that. So fundamental game decisions like that aren't taught in the tutorial. So of course, nobody's going to understand the tech tree, which are badly built, let's be honest. And they're not going to understand the crew mechanics because nobody actually teaches you in-game. And you can't expect everybody that starts playing a new game to watch 1,500 hours of YouTube to understand the basics of it. Those should be in-game. And World of Tanks Blitz has a massive graphics department budget, as it looks like, because you have the money to make 15,000 new avatars every month, apparently. So, for example, that's what should have been done. Like, invest time, make an excellent, expansive tutorial, make it an hour long, who cares? Obviously, the argument there is gonna be, yeah, but if we make the tutorial longer and difficult, everybody's gonna quit playing the game because they don't want to start playing the game, and that's why the tutorial isn't any good. Because it doesn't matter whether the players that enter the game are good or not and know how to play the game. It just matters that they do enter the game. And that's the goal of the UI and commanders. It's get new players into the game, turn them into customers, and make them spend money. Because to all of the people that are out there, they're crying about, I don't want commanders. If you keep spending money, if you keep opening crates, like if you watch that video and you go into the shop and you buy yourself 15 crates, Wargaming won. They got your engagement and your money. So that's what actually is at play here. So the fundamental problem of Blitz isn't the UI update, because it doesn't matter that the commanders are in game, and I don't really care about those things. If you care, put it down in the comments. I personally do not care about those kind of things. But what I do care about is, you know, the decrease in gameplay quality that it's going to bring. Because of course, Wargaming wants to expand their player base. They want to attract new players. They want to attract casual players. They want to make more money. That's the entire game here. And by making the game more similar to other games with the commanders, with all those kind of things, you know, making it like War Robots or whatever, that's gonna essentially be achieved to streamline the experience, to get more casual players in, turn them into paying gamblers, make more money. That's what's about, right? So if you want to actually have your voice heard, don't buy crates, stop spending money. I've done that over a year ago, so I can't. But essentially, you can cry in YouTube comments all you want. That's not gonna be the main bother here. And again, it shows the priority of Wargaming. Wargaming's priority isn't to make the game good. Wargaming's priority, of course, is to make their balance sheet look good. Anyone that assumed differently ever was wrong, of course. And I haven't ever assumed otherwise, that the goal of the game is to make money and not to... the goal of the game is to make you happy enough to still spend money. You can be mad, but as long as you still spend money, all good. So, obviously, things like the tutorial, all those kind of things would have had to be reformed, and those would have been a great thing to do and a great thing to reform, but instead, we got commanders. We got the lovely graphics and physics updates, which are great. Like, there's nothing bad to say about the graphics and the physics, of course not. But the other things, they serve one purpose, and that is attract more casual players, turn them into customers. You, as a 10-year veteran, you've already spent all your money. You've already, you know, I'm gonna be crude here, and if you already outrun your use, basically. But here's the thing: this was not unexpected. War Thunder Mobile has those tank sets, right? Like, what do you expect? Like, come on. So, play the test, and in 5 months, I want you to write. Maybe I'll make a video. In 5 months, I want you to write, if the new update's out by that time, I don't know, because the test's probably going to be very long, and a lot of things are going to be changed, and if you hate on the commanders enough, they might be removed, who knows. So, just make yourself clear, I suppose, what you want and not want. But, obviously, this is the very, very early stage of announcement. Nothing is set in stone yet, so don't be too quick to judge here. Obviously, don't expect anything from Wargaming either. So don't be too quick to judge, but don't expect anything either. So expect Wargaming to look out for one thing, and that's their wallet. So, and well, look out for your wallet specifically because they want what's in it. And as long as you do that, everything's fine. So play the test. It's going to be announced soon. And enjoy, because the gameplay's not going to change. Don't worry. You're still going to be able to drive around and have incompetent teammates and even worse enemies. That's not going to change. You'll still be able to be ammo-wrecked by a 183 sitting in a bush. So the core element of Blitz is not going to change, and that's still going to be the same. However, there is going to be changes around it. Honestly, you see that? Hold on. Yeah, I don't buy premium account for money. You see that? Once that time expires, I'm out anyway. So not my problem. And what do you think about it? The graphics are great. The rest, nobody wanted it, but here we are. What do you think? Put it down in the comments. Maybe if you scream loud enough and if you stop buying crates, Wargaming might listen. Or they won't. Who knows?